What is up, guys? We are tackling Scenario 2 of the Marvel Champions Sinister Motives Expert Campaign with Venom on Expert Mode with Peter Parker Spider-Man. So let's go ahead and get Venom set up here. So for the encounter deck, we have the Venom encounter set, we have the Down to Earth modular set, the Symbiotic Strength modular set, and the standard encounter set. So we have Standard 1 and Expert 1 because you are playing him on Expert Mode. And let's go ahead and get Venom set up here. So the main scheme says to put the bell tower environment into play, quiet side face up. So this is the bell tower. And then if there are at least 3 chime counters on here, flip this card as an interrupt. When any amount of damage will be dealt to Venom by an attack, you may place that many chime counters on here instead. And then let's advance the scheme to stage 1B. So start off with 2 threat. And if it hits 10, then we do lose the game. And then as a force interrupt, whenever Venom activates against you, move each face-down boost card from your identity over to Venom, and then we're going to review all those boost cards for that activation. Venom comes in with toughness and steady. And it says when review, search the encounter and discard power for the tooth and nail side scheme put into play. So let's go ahead and find the tooth and nail side scheme here. So we have that right here, and we can put this into play. So tooth and nail says it comes in with 8 threat with a hazard icon. And as a response, after Venom takes any amount of damage from an attack, remove an equal number of threat from here. Okay, and then so we did that. And then Venom has a force response vengeance. After you attack and damage Venom with a card you control, place 1 face-down boost card on your identity, and it must be from an attack from any card that we control. So after we set up Venom, we're going to do the campaign setup here. So we put the public outcry environment into play. So that's going to be this card right here. We have the expert mode side face up with the hazard icon, and as a response, after main or side scheme is defeated, remove 1 notoriety counter from here, and this will come in with 3 notoriety counters. Right, and then let's see, we also shuffled the smear campaign treachery card into the encounter deck, so let's put that in there. And it says here, choose 1 campaign community service side scheme at random that does not have its tower recorded in the community service section of the campaign log. We don't have any community service recorded because we never defeat any of them. So these are going to be the 5 cards right here, and we're going to randomly select 1 by rolling the dice, and we get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if we get a 6, we'll re-roll. So let's see what we got. Got a 3, so it's going to be the middle one here, off the rails. Let's set these aside. And we're going to shuffle this side scheme into the encounter deck here as well. And then, let's see, follow setup instructions on the left side of the reputation track for any marked nodes from top to bottom. Okay, so let's check out the nodes here. So we only got 2 nodes from the first scenario, Sandman. So for the first part, we get this right here for the rest of the campaign. We selected we got 3 cards at random. Of the 3, we selected the compact darts. So this is a permanent upgrade that we start the game with, and it just stays in play with us. And I'll read this later whenever the game starts. And then for the setup here for the villain, we shuffle each card recorded in the Osborne text section of the campaign log into the encounter deck. So we recorded the arm cannon here. Surge attached to villain. Villain's attacks have overkill and piercing. And then we can discard the highest cost upgrade you control to discard this card as a hero action. So we're going to shuffle that into the encounter deck here as well. And then let's go ahead and shuffle up the encounter deck now with all those nasty cards in there. And then it says, for the expert campaign only, set each player's hit point dots to remain hit point value recorded in the campaign log. So we ended up with 10 against Sandman, so we keep 10 here. And then for the expert campaign only, place 1 face down boost card on your identity. So we do get 1 face down boost right here on our identity. And then tooth and nails can come with that 8 threat. Let me put that on there. And I think that is going to be it for Venom's setup here. Okay, so let's go ahead and shuffle up our player deck and get Peter Parker set up. We're going to draw up to our hand size here of 6 in our alter ego. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. And let's see what we got. Okay, well, we got Nick Fury, a genius resource to pay for him with. I think at this point, we might as well keep the War of the Great Web and just get that set up. We could also keep the swinging web kick. Depending on what we get to get rid of the tooth and nail right away. Do we want to do that? Yeah, let's mulligan this card, Spider-Man Hobie Brown, and then draw 1 more card back up to 6. Then we want to keep everything here. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. We're going to use this as 4 resources when paying for a basic card because the power novel is a double, and then 2 geniuses here when paying for a basic card like Nick Fury. When Nick Fury enters play, choose one. We're pick the one to draw 3 cards here. So 1, 2, 3. Oof, I have a lot of cards that I want to play, but I think the best bet is just get the swing web kick down to get rid of tooth and nail. Then we're gonna. That's not that bad. We have Nick Fury to block for us. Okay, we're going to flip over here. So this, as alter ego action, we can spend 1 resource of any type. Let's go ahead and do that right now. We're gonna use our scientist to generate a mental resource and spend it here. So place 3 dart counters on here, limit once per round. So we get 3 of these dart counters. And as a hero response, after your hero attacks, we can remove a dart counter from here to do 1 damage to an enemy. So let's go ahead and flip over to hero form now. And then we're going to have Spider-Man swing for 2, but we're going to put the 2 damage on the bell tower here. So when any amount of damage will be dealt to Venom by an attack, no, wait, we can't do that because I think the tough, no damage will be dealt to him. Actually, this is when he takes damage. Yeah, so this is when he takes damage, so we're dealing 2 damage. So when any amount of damage will be dealt to Venom by an attack, you may place that amount of chime counters on here instead. So we're actually going to put the 2 damage on the chime counter, on the bell tower, and attack it instead of attacking Venom. And then after your hero attacks, we're going to use our combat darts. So after your hero attacks, remove a dart count from here. Do 1 damage to enemy. We're going to do 1 damage to Venom to knock off his tough stats card here. So we can get rid of that with our darts. Then we're going to use this as 3 resources. So we can play our swinging web kick. Hero action attack, do 8 damage to enemy. We're going to hit Venom for 8. And that will bring it from 18 down to 10 here. And he has a force response after you attack and damage him with a card you control, like swing web kick. Place 1 face down boost card on your identity, so we get another boost card here. That will resolve this swing web kick. And with tooth and nail, it says after Venom takes any amount of damage from an attack by the swing web kick, remove an equal amount of threat from here, so 8 damage to him. So we're gonna remove 8 threat and clear off this side skin right away. So we got rid of this hazard icon. And then with the public outcry as a response, when a side skin is defeated, we can remove 1 notoriety counter from here. So we can get a little bit of leeway on that one. And let's go ahead and use this as a resource so we can play the War of the Great Web, attach the catchup with Spider-Man Silence, get the Spider-Man. We now gain the Web War trait, and when the Web War ally leaves play, we get +1 attack until the end of phase. Nick Fury is going to, let's store for 2 from the main scheme and clear that off. And he will take a consequence damage. That's going to end our turn. Let's ready back up. We're going to draw back up to our hand size here of 5. Got a backflip here. All right, so it is Venom's turn. He's going to add 1 to the main. He's going to attack us. Spider Sense triggers, interrupt when the villain initiates an attack against you. Draw 1 card, so we get a card here. He's going to get another boost card for his attack. We're going to have Nick Fury block this. And the boost here is going to be boost effect, puts enrage him in play, engage with you. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. That will knock out Nick Fury. Then the enrage symbiote is going to attack us for 2. We're going to take it, so we draw from 10 down to 8. And then in the encounter phase, we get dealt 2 encounter cards because of the hazard icon from the public outcry. So 2 encounter cards here. First one, revealing, is guard the bell tower. Treat the bell tower's printed text box as if it were blank. Whenever you remove each chime counter from the bell tower and flip it to its quiet side. Remove each chime counter. So we remove all the chime counters from here. We flip it to its quiet side. Okay, so I have it there. And then treat the thing blank. Okay, so it has a blank text box now. 3 threat. And our last encounter card is a common criminal, and that's going to surge. So we get another encounter card, which is now we're angry attached to Venom. It comes in with 2 rage counters, and his attacks now have overkill. If we want to get rid of that, we got to do damage to him with an attack. So remove a counter. Okay, and then that's going to resolve Venom's turn. It's back to us. Okay, so the good thing is we can get rid of the public outcry here. And I think I think we're okay. Let's go ahead and have Spider-Man swing for 2, knock out the enraged symbiote. Then when we defeat a minion with this effect, with the public outcry, after the minion size is defeated, remove a notoriety counter from here, so clearing off another counter. Then we're gonna flip down here to, actually we could play a suit up. No, we gotta see what we do first. We're gonna flip down into Alter Ego. And we're going to use this alter ego action on the common criminal. Spend a physical resource. Right here is our webbed up. Is a physical resource. Do 3 damage to a common criminal. And if this minion is defeated this way, which it is, we can choose either draw a card or remove 3 threat from a side scheme. Let's choose to draw a card here. June to Aunt May. And then since Immune was defeated, we can trigger the public outcry again and remove the last notoriety count from here, getting rid of this hazard icon here with 3 notoriety counters and has victory 1, so it does go into the victory display. So we got rid of that. Let's see. If we play Suit Up, we do not have what we need for Moon Girl this turn, so we're not going to do that. Let's just get everything else down. So this would be a double resource, so we can play SPDR. We only play it if we control Web Ward card. Peter Parker is a Web Ward and alter ego thanks to the War of the Great Web, giving us that Web Ward trait. And then let's use Scientist to generate a mental resource, so we can play Aunt May here for 1 cost. Exhaust her to heal us by 4. That'll bring us from 8 back up to our full hit points of 10. And then we're going to use a backflip here as a resource, so we can play the Triskelion. This will increase our ally limit by 4, so we can now have, or by 1 I mean, so now we can have 4 allies. And we're not going to have SPDR attack, I think. Yeah, that's too risky. So we're going to just keep her here, and we're going to end our turn, because if she attacks, we give them another boost card. So let's ready everyone back up. Keep the suit up in her hand, draw back up to 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So Venom's turn, he's going to add 1 to the main. It goes up to 2. He is going to scheme with the base of 2, plus a boost card here. Boost effect is put the Enrage Symbol into play, engage with you. So he just schemed for 2. Then the Enrage Symbol was schemed for 1. So it's going to be a total of 3 more threat. 3 plus 2 is going to be a total of 5 on the main. Then we get a face down encounter card, which is Exhaustion, Exhaust your identity, and then that will surge into another encounter card, Shadow the Past. So that's going to bring in our Nemesis, Vulture. Our Nemesis side scene comes into play here as well, which is not great. We shuffle these 3 Nemesis cards into the encounter deck. And with the effect of Highway Robbery, when reviewed, each player places a random card from their hand face down here. So let's put our hand. We have 6 cards. We're going to roll the dice, and we get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'll be whatever card that is. So we got a 1. Oof, that is the one I didn't want. So the suit up here goes underneath the Highway Robbery. And if we defeat the side skin, then we can get the suit up back. But until then, it stays there. And a Vulture has Quick Strike, but he's not going to activate it because we're an alter ego. Okay, so that's going to end Venom's turn. All right, well, we definitely play Black Cat here. Darn, I don't think we have the resource to do what we want to do. So hopefully Black Cat can just draw us into a Moon Girl. Let's use this as 2 resources so it can play Black Cat. When she enters play, discard top 2 cards of your deck. 1, 2. Add each card with a printed mental resource to your hand. We didn't get any mental resources that are printed, so they just get discarded here. We're gonna use our, yeah, this is not good. We're gonna use Scientist to generate a mental resource, so it can play our Spider Tracer. Oof. Yeah, we're exhausted here as well. We're gonna be taking a rough attack. We're gonna put the Spider Tracer here on the Enraged Symbiote. So after this minion's feed, we can remove 3 threat from a scheme. I don't know if we want to do the Highway Robbery right now. We're gonna flip. Okay, let's just have SPR swing for 1 at the Enraged Symbiote. SPR takes a consequential damage. And then Black Cat's gonna swing for 1. She does not take consequential damage for attack activations. That will knock out the Enraged Symbiote. And we trigger the Spider Tracer here and remove 3 threat from the scheme. Where are we taking off of? Let's take it off of the main, I guess. So dropping this down to 2. And then I think we're actually gonna, do we stay in Ultra here? No, we have Animated here. We're gonna flip over here, take some damage from Venom this turn. That's gonna end our turn. Let's ready back up. And we're gonna draw back up to our hands as a 5. Let's keep the Power Novelist in our hand here. Okay, so we got Suit Up and Moon Girl now, so it doesn't matter anymore. Venom's turn, he's gonna add 2 to the main because of the acceleration from Highway Robbery. This goes up to 4. He's going to attack us. Sparsen's trigger when a villain initiates an attack against you, drawing a card. And then he has Overkill for this attack with an Hour Area. This will be his boost card. We're going to want to get rid of the Vulture. I think we take this attack to the face. So same with a base of 3 plus a boost effect. If this activation deals damage to a friendly character, stun that character. Okay, so that was bad. So we get stunned here because he's going to do 3 damage to us. And then we take the 3 damage. So that'll bring us from 10 down to 7. That was really bad because now we can't do what we wanted to anyways. That's okay. So we take the stun, And then Vulture's going to hit us for 3 now. Let's just take it. So we drop from 7 down 4. Then we get a face down encounter card, which is an advance. The villain schemes. Do we let him scheme here for 2? Or do we cancel with our enhanced Spire Sense? I think we cancel it. Let's use this as a resource. So we can play enhanced Spire Sense and cancel the treachery card of the advance. So Venom is not going to scheme here. Okay, we did get rid of 1 advance now, so that's going to be good for us. All right, let's see. So it's back to our turn now. We can all attack to get rid of Vulture. And then is there anything else? I mean, Moon Girl can net us something. Okay, let's have Spider-Man attack to get rid of our stun stats card. We're going to flip down here to Alter Ego and use Scientist to generate a mental resource. This would be a double resource and paying for a basic card, the power of all of us. And since they're WAGs, we're going to have them both be mental. So it's going to be a total of 3 mental resources so we can play Moon Girl. Moon Girl says play only if your identity has a champion or genius trait. We do have the genius trait here in Alter Ego. After you play Moon Girl from here, you draw 1 card for each mental resource you use to pay for. We use 3, so we're drawing 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're going to play the Web of Life Destiny for free. Ignore this card's resource cost if your identity has a Web War trait. We have the Web War trait because it's the War of the Great Web here, so we can play this card for free. When a Web War ally leaves play, we can draw a card with the Web of Life and Destiny. Okay, so that is the best thing that happened this turn. Let's go ahead and have SPDR Thor for 2 from the main scheme and drop this down to 2. She's going to take 2 consequential damage and 1 hit point left. Her effect, when she takes excess consequential damage, she comes back to our hand with her effect. Then since a Web War ally left play with the effect of Web of Life Destiny, we can draw a card. We're going to exhaust Aunt to recover by 4, so that brings from 4 back up to 8 here. All right. Then we're going to use this as 2 resources so we can play SPDR back down again. We're going to use this as 2 resources so we can play our Rapid Response. As a hero response, whenever an ally you control is defeated, we can discard this card, put the ally from discard power into play, and deal 1 damage to it. And it's upgrade, so it just stays on the field. And I actually don't think we knock out Vulture yet. So let's have Moon Girl Thor for 2 from the main. Clear it off. She'll take 2 consequential damage. We're going to have Speeder and Black Cat both attack the Vulture. So 1, 2 damage on him. And Speeder will take consequential damage. Black Cat does not for attack activation. So that's going to end our turn. Let's ready back up. And then we're going to draw back up to our hands as a 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I think we're looking good now. So Venom's turn. He's going to add 2 to the main because of highway robbery with that acceleration. He's going to scheme with a base of 2 plus a boost card of 2. So scheming for a total of 4. So this goes from 2 up to 6. Then Vulture scheming for 1. So this goes up to 7. Okay, we're not looking good. Face down encounter card is a side scheme here with Surge. So this comes in with 3 threat. Victory 1. So when it's defeated, we activate Victory Display. When the villain phase begins, place 1 speed counter here. If there are at least 2 speed counters, remove this card from the game and discard the top 3 cards of each player's deck. Okay, so this will Surge. We get another encounter card, which is another Embrace symbol here with Guard and Patrol. All right, that is going to end Venom's turn. It's back to us here. Okay, let's use Anime to heal again. So we go from 8 back up to a full hit points of 10. And then before we do all this, let's go ahead and use this as a double resource so we can play Ingenuity. We only play this card if we have the Genius trait. We do have the Genius trait in Alter Ego here as Peter Parker. And then I think we just have Moon Girl. Actually, we don't have any web shoes or anything. Okay. We need to thwart out the highway robbery first, I think. So we're going to have, if we deck out here with these cards in our hand, is that what I want? I think that's fine. Okay, we're going to have SPDR, Thor for 2 from highway robbery. That'll bring us from 3 down to 1. She's going to take 2 consequential damage, comes back to our hand with her effect, and we draw a card with the effect of Web of Life and Destiny. And then since we decked out, we get a face down encounter card, and we're going to shuffle up our discard pile here back to the deck. Okay, so we got a suit up actually, so I don't need to get rid of this anymore because we just play suit up in our hand. So we're gonna have Moon Girl swing for 2 at the enraged symbiote and then knock it out. She's gonna take 2 consequential damage. She gets defeated here. Then we're going to use, let's use scientist to generate a mental resource. And then this will be a second resource here. So we can play suit up. After you action, search your deck and discard pile for an ally and upgrade that can be attached to the ally, add to your hand. Our discard pile has Moon Girl, and clear purpose is an upgrade that can be attached to Moon Girl because that's attached to a friendly character. So we add both these to our hand, that will resolve the suit up. Now, since we're still in Arch Eagle, we can play Moon Girl here with 3 mental resources. So let's use Ingenuity to generate 1 mental. This would be a second mental. And let's use Ironheart as a third mental resource. So we can play Moon Girl. Since we use 3 mental resources, we can draw 3 cards again. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we have Moon Girl down now. She's gonna swing for 2, knock out the Vulture. She'll take 2 consequential damage. Then we don't have the backflip. We could play, if we play the Web Shooter, play auto, then we can write up a Web Shooter, draw a card. That could be useful. And we have the Triskelion, so we could have 4 allies here as well. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to flip over here to hero form. We're going to use the Web Shooter as a resource to play a second Web Shooter, or the first Web Shooters, I mean. This will come with 3 web counters. We can exhaust this card to generate a wild resource. And then we're going to use a second resource here, which will be what? Let's use Maria Hill as a second resource. So we can play Spider-Man Octavius. When you play him from your hand, ready and upgrade control, we can write up the Web Shooters. If that upgrade has a tech trait, the Web Shooters does, we can draw a card. So we're going to draw another card here. We got Ghost Spider, who I am tempted to play. If we play her, no, I think I want to get SPDR more and just recur her. See, if we get SPDR out, okay, that's fine. So we're going to exhaust the Web Shooters again to generate another resource. This would be another resource, so we can play SPDR for the 2 costs. We want to save this in case he gets an advance here with the encounter cards. Okay, so we can have 4 allies thanks to the Triskelion, increasing our ally limit by 1. Auto is going to throw for 1 from the main here. Drop down 6, he'll take a consequential damage. Peter Parker's going to, actually, let's have SPDR swing for 1 at Venom. That'll bring him from 10 down to 9. Since he took damage from a card that we control, he's going to give us a face down boost card here. And SPDR takes a consequential damage. And we also remove a rage counter here after he took damage from an attack. Okay. Next, we want to get rid of the other rage counter. I think we have, let's have Spider-Man swing for 2 at Venom. That'll bring it from 9 down to 7. And then he's going to lose a rage counter. Discard the We Are Angry, so no longer having overkill. We get another face down boost card with his effect. And then I think that resolves that. And we're going to have Black Cat have her thwart for 1 from the main scheme. Try to keep that at bay a little bit. She'll take a consequential damage. That's going to end our turn. Let's ready back up. We're going to keep the enhanced Spire Sense in our hand. And then we're going to draw back up to our hands as a 5. Okay, so Venom's turn. When the villain phase begins with off the rails, we place a speed counter on here. Then if there's at least 2, then we do something, but there's not 2 yet. So he's going to add 2 to the main because of the acceleration from Highway Robbery. He's going to attack us. We trigger Spire Sense and draw a card. This would be another boost card, so it's a total of 3 boost cards here. We're going to have Black Cat block this. So let's check the boost cards right here. So boost effect is activation deals damage from the character, stun that character. So she would be stunned, but she's going to be defeated. Just damage with that. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. Knocks out Black Cat. Then we go to the encounter phase. He's going to deal with an encounter card. We have 2 encounter cards here. First one's for Whom the Bell Tolls. Remove 2 China cards from Bell Tower. There's nothing there. If it's on the quiet side, which it is, take 1 damage. So we take a damage off from 10 down to 9. And our last encounter card here is an advance. So Venom's going to scheme. We are going to go ahead and use the Webbed Up as a resource. So we can play our Enhanced Spire Sense. When a treasure card is reviewed from the encounter deck, cancel its one reviewed effect, so we can cancel the advance there. All right, and that's going to end Venom's turn, so it's back to us here. Okay, I want to get rid of this and get it to individual display so we can get some stuff going on. Okay, let's go ahead and exhaust ingenuity to generate a mental resource. This would be double resource when paying for a basic card, so we can play Quinn Carrier. We only place if we have the Avenger trait. We do in hero form here. We can exhaust the Quinn Carrier to generate a WA resource. And then, let's see, what are we getting rid of? I want to get rid of this, and some threat from off the main. Let's have SPDR thwart for 2 from off the rails here. Bring this guy down to 1. She's going to take excess damage, come back to our hand. We draw a card with the effect of the Web of Life and Destiny, and Spider-Man gets +1 attack with the effect of the Warrior Grey Web because the Web Warrior ally left play. Ooh, and I got the mansion here. Let's have, we're not going to have attack. We're going to have auto Thor for 1 from off the rails, clear off this side scheme. When it's defeated, it goes into victory display. So we have 2 cards in victory display now. Auto Octavius is going to get discarded, taking consequential damage. We can draw another card with the Web of Life and Destiny. Peter Parker gets another +1 attack now. We got rid of both advances actually. So I think we save. See, if we use this to play the mansion, we can draw a card into SPDR. That could be big. Okay, let's have Moon Girl Thor for 2 from the main. She's going to take 2 consequential damage, get defeated here. And then we're going to use the Quinn Carrier to generate a resource. And this would be 3 more for a total of 4. So we can play Avengers Mansion. Exhaust the Mansion so we can draw a card. And then, ooh, I like the Enhanced Spire Sense again. No, but we don't really need it as much this time, right? Should we just save the Web Shooters? Have a lot of damage on him. I don't know if I want SPDR right now. We could, yeah, let's use the Web Shooters to generate a resource. It gives us card and then 2 more resources here for a total of 3. So we can play Spider-Man Hobie Brown here. Hobie's gonna Thor for 2 from the main. Drop this down to 3. And he's gonna take 2 consequential damage for thwarting. And then Spider-Man Peter Parker has +2 attack with effective Warrior Grey Web because 2 Web Warrior as left play with Auto Octavius and SPDR this phase. So we're gonna swing for 4 at Venom. That'll bring it from 7 down to 3. And then he's going to deal with a face down boost card here because he took damage from an attack. That's going to end our turn. We're going to ready everyone back up and believe we have 2 backflips left in our deck. So we should be okay here. Let's draw back up to our hand size of 5. And we got the backflip there. And 3 swing web kicks. Okay, so Venom's turn. He's going to add 2 to the main with the acceleration from the highway robbery. This goes up to 5. He's going to attack us, Spiral Sense trigger, so we can draw a card. So he gets a boost card here. We're gonna take it to the face because we have a backflip. So the boost is gonna be 1, 2, 3 damage. Let's just take it. So we take 3 damage, bringing us from 9 down to 6. Because Anime can heal that up in one go. And then in counter phase, we get an encounter card, which is swinging assault. The villain attacks, you're given 1 additional boost card for activation. So he gets 2 boost cards for his activation. Since he's attacking us, we draw another card with Spider Sense. We're gonna take this one to the face as well. 2. If this is an attack, it gets +2 boost icons and overkill. So it's 4 boost +2 there is going to be 6 damage on the attack on Spider-Man. We're going to play our backflip here. When you take any amount of damage from an attack, jump out of the way, prevent all that damage. So we can jump out of the way and not die there. And that's going to end Venom's turn. Okay, let's see. So we actually, if we wanted to, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 16, when we cur Hobie Brown, I think we actually could kill him here, but I want to clear off everything else first. So I don't want to do that. Yeah, I want to clear off all the threat. So, okay, let's use Avengers Mansion first. And I want to heal back to full because we are doing a campaign here. Okay, we're going to have Peter Parker Spider-Man Thor for 1 from Highway Robbery. And then clear off this side scheme here. So when it's defeated, we can get the card underneath it back to our hand. So we're gonna get the suit up back to our hand now. Then let's go ahead and flip over here to Alter Ego. Exhaust Aunt May to heal us by 4. So we go from 6 back up to 10. And then we're going to exhaust the Carry and Ingenuity to generate 2 resources so we can play a suit up here. So after ego action, search your deck and discard pile for an ally. We're gonna get Moon Girl and an upgrade that can be attached to that ally. So that's gonna be our Clarity of Purpose and add them both to our hand. Next, we're gonna use Peter Parker's Scientist to generate a mental resource. 2 more Mentos for total 3, so we can play, actually these 2 for total 3, so we can play Moon Girl. And we're gonna draw 3 cards using 3 mental resources. So 1, 2, 3. All right, let's see. We want to, I think we want to play X here. We could also play a Webbed Up because we have such a big hand. Do we play Professor X and a Webbed Up here? No, Hero Form only for the Webbed Up, so we can't do that. Okay, let's go ahead and play Professor X. And we're going to use this as, I guess we'll use this right here as 3 resources to play Professor X. And then when he enters play, choose one. We pick the one to confuse the villain. But Venom has study, so he's not fully confused. And then Professor X is going to Thor for 3 from the main. Moon Girl is going to Thor for 2 for a total of 5, clearing off the main scheme. They will both take consequential damage. Moon Girl takes 2, X takes 1. Okay, I think we just hold on here. We could actually just play Nick Fury. Yeah, actually, let's play Nick Fury. So this would be 4 resources when paying for a basic card because the power novelist is a double. So we can play Nick Fury. When Nick Fury enters play, choose one. We're going to pick the one to deal 4 damage to enemy. And it's not an attack, so we don't trigger his effects here. So 4 damage on Venom will bring him from 3 down to 0. And that will flip him over to his 3rd and final stage here. And then he keeps it confused. He has 20 hit points. He has Retaliate 1, Steady, and Toughness. So let's give him a Tough status card. It says, when reviewed, place 2 face down boost cards on each identity. Okay, so that's actually bad. I did not calculate for that. So he's going to scheme for a whole lot, but I think we got rid of both advances. Okay, and then after you attack and damage Venom with a card you control, place 1 face down boost card on your identity, and 2 if it's the first attack this turn. Okay, so we're going to have Nick Fury swing for 2 at Venom. That will knock off his tough stats card, and we didn't do any damage to him, so he's not going to trigger his retribution effect. Nick will take a consequential damage and retaliate because he has Retaliate 1. And then that is going to end our turn here. Let's ready back up, and we can have 4 allies thanks to Archer Skeleon. So we're going to, should we keep the swing web kicks here? Let's ready everything back up. And then I think we keep both swing web kicks and draw back up to 6 here. So we decked out, so we get a face down encounter card. This might be a rough turn. So we shuffle up our discard pile. The best thing would be if there's a way for him to flip me to hero form. If he gets his swing and assault here. Because then I can flip down again. Okay, so we have 4 cards drawn, 2 more back up to 6. Okay, so Venom's turn. He's going to add 1 to the main scheme. He's going to scheme with a base of 2. He gets this boost and these 2 here. So remove 1 charm card from the bell tower as a boost effect. That doesn't happen. And you are stunned with this boost effect. So not that many boost icons. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So he schemed for total 4. The main scheme goes up to 5. Okay, so we're okay. Then he's going to deal with an encounter card during the encounter phase. First one is Volunteer Work. A side scheme here. You cannot thwart the scheme. After you action, spend 2 resources of any type to remove threat from the scheme equal to your recovery. Coming in with 3 threat. And then our last encounter card is Arm Cannon attached to villain. His attacks have Overkill and Piercing. And then as a hero action, we can discard the highest cost upgrade we control to discard this card. And that's going to surge. So we get another encounter card. Vulture's Plans. When reviewed, discard 1 card at random from each player's hand. Puts 1 threat on the main scheme for each different resource type discarded. So 6 cards here. We're going to roll the dice to get a random one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's roll to get a random card. We've got 3, so it's going to be our backflip here. And there's 1 resource type, so we place 1 threat on the main. All right. And then that's going to end Venom's turn, so it's back to us here. And our highest cost upgrade is going to be the Ingenuity or Rapid Response. So at the end of the round, if Professor X and Nick Fury are in play, they both get discarded here. So we're going to discard them both. Okay. So what I could actually do is, I think we want to, okay. Let's use this Alter Ego action, I think. No. Okay, we're going to have Moon Girl thwart for 2 from the main. Drop this from 6 down to 4. She's going to take consequential damage, get defeated here. Okay, then we're going to exhaust Avengers Mansion, so we can draw a card here. We drew into a backflip, so actually we just hold on to it. Let's use this as a double resource, so we can play Suit Up, Alter Ego action, search our deck and discard out for an ally. We're going to get Moon Girl, and an upgrade that can be attached to that ally. So we're going to get our Clarity of Purpose here back to our hand, and shuffle up the deck. And that will resolve the Suit Up. Next, we're going to play Moon Girl, which we only play. We have the Genius trait in our Alter Ego. Using Scientist to generate a mental resource, Clarity of Purpose as a second mental resource, and Ingenuity as our third mental resource. Moon Girl enters play. We can draw 3 cards because we use 3 mental resources to pay for her. So drawing 3 here. Okay, I want to get rid of the volunteer work. Okay, we just got to save backflip in our hand. And other than that, we can play a swinging web kick. And we can also play Spider-Man here. And we actually save the other swinging web kick in our hand. And that will avoid taking some damage. Okay, let's go ahead and flip over here to hero form. We're going to attack to remove our stun. Then we're going to use this as a double resource, so we can play Spider-Man Auto Octavius. Play only if you control Weber card. We do have Weber cards here. But when you play from your hand, ready and upgrade control, we can ready up Ingenuity. And if it has a tech upgrade, we can draw a card. It does not have a tech upgrade, but we have the Ingenuity back and ready again. Now we're going to use what are we doing? Oh yeah, we're going to exhaust a Quincure and Ingenuity to generate 2 resources here. Black Cat's going to be a 3rd resource, so we can play a swinging web kick and do 8 damage to Venom. That'll bring him from 20 down to 12. And since that's the first attack that dealt damage to this phase, Retribution will give us 2 face down boost cards on our identity. His attacks do have Overkill and Piercing here. I think we're okay with that. We need to do some thwarting. Let's see. Oh, I didn't do this. We gotta do that next turn. And he's gonna retaliate, I forgot. So we're gonna take a damage from retaliate, so we drop from 10 down to 9. Okay. Next, we're gonna have Moon Girl Thor for 2 from Guard the Bell Tower, dropping this down to 1. She would take 2 consequential damage. And then we're gonna have Spider-Man Auto Octavius Thor for 1. Let's take out Guard the Bell Tower here, clearing off this side scheme. He will take a consequential damage as well. Okay, and then I think that's gonna end our turn here. Yeah, I think we did everything. Okay, so we're gonna ready back up. And then we're gonna draw back up to our hand size here of 5, keeping all these 3 cards in our hand. We'll try to finish him next turn here. So Venom's turn, he's going to add 2 to the main team because of volunteer work here. So this goes up to 6. Then he's going to attack us. We draw a card with Spider Sense. He gets a boost card here. We're going to take it all to the face. It has Overkill and Piercing. So the boost effect is to review this card plus 1 attack, 2 rage counters, and his attacks have Overkill, but he already had Overkill anyways. So the boost is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. And we're just going to play a backflip here to jump out of the way and avoid all that damage. And then in counter phase, we get a face down encounter card, which is For Whom the Bell Tolls. Remove 2 charm counters on here, and then if it's on quad side, take a damage. So we take a damage dropping from 9 down to 8. And that will resolve that. And then, let's see, I think that is it. Yeah, okay, cool. So we did that, and then it is back to our turn. Yeah, all right. So I think we're good to go here for the kill. We swinging web kick him. And then, thing is, I don't know if Hobie is going to kill him with his effect. I need to rapid response him. I don't know how much damage Hobie's going to do. Is a thing. Okay, we need to thwart out everything. We can guarantee Hobie kills, I think, if we have. Okay, let's just do what we gotta do. So we're gonna use this as 3 resources, so we can play a swinging web kick 8 damage on Venom. That'll bring him from 12 down to 4. Then he's going to retaliate his back for 1. We drop from 8 down to 7. And then it's our first attack this turn. So with Retribution, we get 2 face-down boost cards on our identity here. Okay, and then we took the retaliate already. Okay, so next, what do we need to do? We want to exhaust Avengers Mansion so we can draw a card here. If we got Suit Up. This is a hero. The rapid response is a hero response, so I gotta do that in hero form. I think I have Hobie Thort and recur him and not trigger his interrupt because I don't want to kill Venom right now. No, I need Hobie to kill him. Let's see. Moon Girl swings for 2. Okay, we're gonna have Otto do this. So Otto Octavius is going to swing. Oh, and after we do damage attack, we also remove this with our initial attack with the rage counters here because we dealt damage to Venom with attack. Okay, so we need Otto here to swing for 2 at Venom. That'll bring him from 4 down to 2. He's gonna take 2 consequential damage and get defeated here. So he's gonna get discarded. Then we're going to trigger our rapid response. We're gonna trigger Web of Life Destiny first. When a Web Warrior ally leaves play, we choose a player and draw a card. So let's draw a card here. We drew into Ironheart, which is good. Okay, so we trigger a rapid response. We can discard this and then get Otto Octavius back into play here and do 1 damage to him. Okay, next we're gonna have Moon Girl thwart for 2 from volunteer work. Drop this down to 1. She's gonna take 2 consequential damage. She gets defeated. So what we want to do is we want to clear off everything. Oh wait, when Otto, what did Otto do? Oh, he's just attack. Wait, hold up. Sorry, Moon Girl cannot thwart this because I forgot that this scheme cannot be thwarted. It says you cannot thwart this scheme. When Otto attacked Venom, I had to do him or give ourselves a boost card, right? Because we dealt damage to him with an attack. Got to do that with Retribution. It's only going to be 1 now because it's not the first attack this turn. We just remove a counter from here. Now we're angry, and then we can get rid of this attachment here. There's no more counters on that. Okay, and we got him back with a rapid response. Okay, so Moon Girl is going to thwart for 2 from the main. Bring this down to 4 instead of this because we cannot thwart the scheme at all. She can take consequential damage, get defeated here. Then we're going to have Peter Parker thwart for 1. Let's thwart from the main as well. And then we're going to flip over here to Alter Ego. And we're going to exhaust Animate to recover by 4. So that'll bring from 7 back up to our full hit points of 10. Okay. Then, let's see. So we're back to full. We need to play the Suit Up. So let's go ahead and use Ingenuity and Queen Care to generate 2 resources. So we can play Suit Up. Alter Ego action, we can get Moon Girl back to her hand and a upgrade that can be attached here. So the Clarity of Purpose. And then Suit Up does say, yeah, so we got the Suit Up there. Got Moon Girl back, Clarity of Purpose. We're going to use Scientist to generate a mental resource. This would be a double paying for a basic card. So we can play Moon Girl back down again. Drawing 3 cards because the partner office is 2 mentals. So 3 mental resources to pay for. So we're drawing 3. Okay, we're going to use this as a double and paying for a basic card. So we can play Ironheart here. When she enters play from your hand, we can draw another card. And we want to clear off all the side schemes and all this stuff before we defeat Venom so we can advance to the next stage with an advantage. Okay, and then, yeah, I think we're just good here. So let's go ahead and use this Alter Ego action here. Spend 2 resources on any type. We're going to use this as 2 mental resources to remove threat from the scheme equal to your identity's recovery. So 3, we're going to remove 3 threat from the scheme. And we don't have the civilians trait, so we don't do anything with that, but we can defeat this side scheme now. And then we're going to have Moon Girl thwart for 2 from the main scheme. This will drop it down to 1, and she's gonna take 2 consequential damage here. And then we're gonna have Spider-Man Hobie Brown thwart for 2 from the main as well. Clear it off. Then he's gonna take 2 consequential damage. He gets defeated. With this interrupt, whenever he leaves play, we discard 3 cards from the encounter deck and do damage to the villain equal to the amount of boost icons on those cards. So 3 cards here is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage on Venom. And that will bring him from 2 down to 0. And that is Venom. on expert mode on the expert campaign. So let's see with the log here what we got. So for the victory, using the conditions value, calculate your totals, group reputation, and mark a number of nodes. Okay, so if the campaign community service side scheme is individual display, record its title. So we are going to record off the rails because this is individual display, and so is the public outcry. So we have 2 cards in the victory display here. And then expert campaign only, record each identity's remaining hit points. So we're going to record 10 hit points for our next scenario, the third one against Mysterio. And let's take a look at the campaign nodes here. So we had 2 from Sandman. And then from this one, we get plus X points from the victory points in individual display. We have 2 victory points in individual display, so we get plus 2 with that. Plus 1, there's no minions in play, so we got that, 3 total. Plus 1 for no side scheme in play, so 4 total. Plus 1 from no threat on the main scheme, so we got 5 total. And then plus 1 for fewer than 1 acceleration tokens in play, so we got 6 total now. And then plus 1 for no defeat identity, so we got 7 total. So we're going to add 7 to our 2 from the from Sandman, so we have a total of 9 right now. So we're on the 9th node. We actually get the next 2 things. So during step 13 of the game setup, each player may take 1 additional mulligan, so we can do that for our next game. And then each player chooses an aspect card in their collection from any aspect and adds a maximum number of copies of that card by title to their deck for the rest of the campaign. Record the title of that card in their aspect advantage. So I didn't plan to get up to the 9th node, but the card that we're going to be getting is going to be a pool aspect card. We're going to do Not My Responsibility, and we're going to add that to our deck for the next scenario. And then for the setup here, we had to place 1 threat on the main scheme against Mysterio, and then we must search the encounter deck and discard pile for a minion and put that minion into play, engage with himself whenever it begins. Okay, so I think we got everything there. I hope you guys enjoyed this scenario against Venom. Now I'll see you guys against scenario number 3, Mysterio.